What's good, YouTube? Today we have some more old footage because it's been raining all week to the point where it's really dangerous to go out and record new footage on the bike. So unfortunately for that, but here we are. So today I just want to talk about the heinous meta and what that means, and is there a way that we can get from a heinous meta to a more fun, fulfilling meta? Or is there no such thing as a heinous meta? So firstly, let's define heinous meta, and it's essentially something that's super unfair or kind of really broken. And with that in mind, let's think, do we actually have any decks or cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's actually really unfair or really broken? And all of the broken cards that I can think of inside of Yu-Gi-Oh!, such as like W Nebula Meteorite, their power scaled to a point where they don't matter, and therefore they're not broken. And if you're wondering why I think W Nebula Meteorite is a broken card, it's because it essentially reads, activate your monsters, and then in the end phase, reset your monsters so they can activate once more, draw up one card for each reset monster, and then summon your boss monster. Yay. Which was insane to think about. And if that card was printed like that in any other archetype, that would have been an amazing archetype. But it wasn't. It was in Worms, and Worms are not very good. So it balanced out. I mean, even take something like Appliancer Electrolyrical World. The fact that it can search any Appliancer card is crazy. The fact that it can, give you back resources for making link monsters is crazy. And the fact that it can actually move your monsters about the board so that you can set up links and co-links to give them different effects is insane, because that's the way that appliances work. The unfortunate thing is, it's in appliances, and appliances are also not very good, unfortunately. But hey, that's sort of it. Like, we don't really have like a bunch of like broken or unfun, unfair Yu-Gi-Oh cards. The most broken, unfair one is probably Super Poly, because you just can't respond to it, and I think that's one of the only cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh which you just simply cannot respond to. Yes, Dark Ruler No More you can't respond to with monster effects, but you can, however, like activate a trap or a quick play spell or something, and then use something like Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend to negate it, or something else that, like, targets and negates, It's not an unbeatable card. Super Poly, there are two cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh that I can think of that actually, like, negate it, and that's insane to even think about. But yeah. With that in mind, I don't think there's any deck in Yu-Gi-Oh that really can abuse any of these unfair, broken cards. And I don't think there's any real Yu-Gi-Oh archetype that's just sort of like unfair and broken in itself. The closest at the moment might just be Kashtira, because it stems around like, banishing your opponent's cards to a point where they can just deck out. Obviously decking out is not plan A, it's more like plan C, but whatever, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't even think that Kashtira is gonna be around for too much longer, and it's certainly not going to do a lot more. Like, people have figured out a long time ago, like, how to really, like, play against it and beat it, and it's now in a position where there are other decks that do things better. I mean, even Purely is, like, building up in sort of the meta standpoint post-Dune, so that's interesting and cool to see. But hey, that's just my opinion, that we don't really have anything that's, like, too heinous in the meta. Sure, we have some things that are a little unfair, things that are a little too good. Labyrinth is an example of something that, once it starts getting rolling, it's hard to kind of make it stop. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, look at like Hearthstone. Hearthstone has had some insane decks where essentially one card made you win the game instantly, like the old Shudderwock, or even like Yogg-Saron and Cthulhu. These cards built up throughout the course of the game, and it was like, bam, I play this one time, whether I'm winning or losing, and I have won the game. And that was sort of it. And that's more of a heinous, unbalanced card than anything we have in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! So, with all of that, I don't think we have any, like, heinous, unfair archetypes and decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! But hey, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in Wednesday's video.